Hey guys, so if you're watching this, that means you're either a patron or this video was released about a month in the future for the general audience. If I sound a little frustrated, that's because I recorded the audio for this video 3 times, only to find out somewhere in the settings my microphone was disabled. So yeah, I'm a little peeved off at that, but hey, video will continue on. So this video is a special Q&A video, mostly funded by the patrons. Just asking me some insightful questions about me and the things I make on my channel. And I really appreciate these questions because, you know, they're pretty well thought out. They're not just basic, what's your favorite food, what's your favorite color. And we're going to start off first with the Quentiam, or is it Quentiam? I'm sorry, I'm not too good at how to pronounce it. But very good questions. First one is, do you have an exact vision where you want your channel to go in the future? Like commentary, gameplay, memes, or will you continue to do what you want to do and not set on any particular genre? And this is a good question because a lot of the things I make on my channel stemmed from trends at the time, if you will. I used to start with animation because I wanted to be an animator at first. One of my first videos is actually me trying to animate my username. After that, I tried to go into memes, and that's where some of my most popular videos come from, memes. And then I tried doing some basic gameplay, and then over time, it kind of just all meshed together. I was like, you know what? I'm happy making what I want to make instead of trying to jump with any particular trend. But that again is a really good question. Next question. Will you do a face reveal eventually? And if so, do you have a particular goal set for it, or will you just do it once you think the time is right? Face reveals kind of go both ways. On one hand, I really don't feel like showing my face. It doesn't really add much to it, you know. Kind of makes me think of like Toby Fox, for instance. You know, he's got his dog character represent him for everything, and people want to know what it looks like. I'm kind of at the point where not many people are really asking me. It's not like I get DMs saying, "Hey, what do you look like?" Or people are like launching investigations on Reddit saying, you know, what does this man look like? Because people really don't care for the most part right now. And again, I kind of don't care to show my face. I think I'm pretty happy remaining faceless for now. But you know, who knows? Things can change in the future. Third question. Do you have any pet peeves about how other YouTubers make their videos that you always or usually try to avoid doing? Let's see, this is gonna sound a little hypocritical. Sometimes it's trends, but I understand trends are what makes YouTube channels thrive nowadays. You know, you have channels like Game Theory and a bunch of other channels that make videos on like FNAF and Friday Night Funkin' and any game that's out. And at the time of this video, Deltarune Part 2 came out. So, you know, everyone's going to be covering that. I try to avoid extremely popular things because then all that leads us to like oversaturation of one particular type of video. But, you know, occasionally I will try to dabble in what's popular. Another thing I try to avoid is blatant clickbait. Or like, you know, just the, I don't know, thumbnails like these over here where people are just pointing like, whoa, look at this, and, you know, half the video is ads, sponsorships, and then like 1/3, and then what you get like near the last 5 minutes of video and they actually start talking about the topic the thumbnail was about. Really irritates me. How do you perceive your own content? Do you like it? Do you watch it sometimes? Do you get the urge to delete private a video often or at all? My own content, I've tried to be, keep a level head with it. I know I'm not the best video editor in the world, but I know I'm not the worst. And that especially stems from the fact that a majority of my videos, since this one over here, was made on my phone. So, yeah. I sometimes look at some of my older things, and I'm like, okay, where can I improve? You know what, I actually like this. And I do feel kind of sad when a video I worked hard on doesn't get as noticed, versus a video I kind of threw together just as a joke, and that one gets a notice, because then I'm thinking, no, people are going to notice the trash videos and not the real ones I worked hard on. But for the most part, I really don't have anything unlisted too much. If it's probably the only things that I really have unlisted are probably old videos where I try to do voice acting reels and stuff. But oh man, 2016 was a cringe time for me. We ain't going back that far. What is your favorite and least favorite video still up on your channel, if you have one? My most favorite video is my 5,000 subscriber special made with Berg. Berg is a great content creator, and he was really helpful when I was looking for someone to kind of like co-host with me. And even though I'm still new to collabs, it was still pretty fun to do something like that. You know, 5,000 subscribers is a big deal, and I wanted to show my appreciation by doing a live action bit with me walking around, you know, which I still haven't done in any current video, but once again, you know, that was a special video. And I would say my least favorite video would have to be, man, kind of hard to think about. Probably this old Lonely Goomba collab. Long story short, I have a video here, explaining, actually I think it was a previous Patreon video on the behind the scenes, but I have a previous video here where, there was a lot I could have improved on it, and even though it was made on a phone, I feel like I could have still tried to make the video a different way. I was very, very ambitious with what I did. And you could tell I was ambitious, but you could also tell where I kind of met my limits. And the video's kind of cringy by today's standards, and that's why I'm excited to say I actually will be remaking that video soon. But thanks for asking those first batch of questions, I really appreciate it. Now for the next set of questions from Summer Storm. Have you been to, or intend on going to college? So, college, I have been to college. Not any like 3-4 year courses or anything, but I actually have gone to college for HVAC. And not a lot of people know what HVAC is. When I just say, hey, yeah, I do this, everyone's like, what's that? It stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. And what that basically means is, you know, I fix and operate on things like heaters and air conditioners and everything in between, like refrigerators and all that. Anything that has to do with heating and cooling, that's what HVAC maintenance does. So yes, I have been to college for that. What led you to become a YouTuber? So becoming a YouTuber was a mix of a lot of things, really. You know, when I was younger, I always liked making jokes. I always liked trying to entertain people. Even in elementary school, before I knew about YouTube, and you know, this was before 2006, this type of thing. Actually, well, yeah, YouTube came out in 2006, so even before that, I would try making my own little videos on the family camera and stuff. But one thing that really led me was around the time I was in middle school was when I was starting to watch a lot of YouTube. You know, that's when I got my first phone. I actually had some internet access, and I was watching things like YouTube Poops, like Peter Canetter, things like Lonely Goomba, Miss Fushi, can't forget about Etika. Those types of people really inspired me to be myself, because I saw all these wonderful people with different personalities, and they all had something unique to bring to the table. And that's something that really resonated with me, and I wanted to bring out to the world. And your last question, have you heard about the bird? Oh no.
Brian, don't! Oh, well, a bird.
Alright, now we have a question here by Wolfmama. What do you look for when you create videos on your topics? Like the amount of content there is, how unique it is, etc. So when I create videos and look for topics, a lot of videos, to be completely honest, just come off the spur of the moment. Maybe I'll be scrolling through Twitter, I'll just be out doing my job, and an idea just pops in my head. And I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. And what I'll do is, I will take a note of that and save it. Now, my videos are split into two categories. I have ones that I plan. They take maybe a month or so to make, and I set them aside, and I make them properly, and then I have the ones that I kind of impulse make, and I'll put them on screen here. Like, these are the ones that I spent a lot of time and effort working on. I actually properly scripted out things, you know, that sort of thing. And then these over here, I made kind of on an impulse, probably in around maybe 2 to 3 hours. Like this Wendy's video or the Johnny Test video, the idea popped in my mind and it was so amazing. I had to kind of strike the iron while it was hot. And that's how I make my content. It's kind of based on impulse and what truly interests me. And the last question from Juan23. Do you have any exact schedule on how much time you take to make videos, or is it just based on when you have time? So a lot of the videos I make, unfortunately, are made in the late hours of the night and sometimes on weekends. I work from like 5:30 in the morning till 6 p.m. at night, so by the time I get home I'm practically dead mentally, and I only have about maybe 2 to 3 hours of free time to try to edit anything. So I'll usually catch myself up till midnight trying to squeeze in as much time as possible. So for the most part, yeah, videos are relegated to when I have time. And hopefully in the future, you know, if Patreon becomes more lucrative and I'm able to support myself off it, who knows, I can make it a full-time gig. But at the time, you know, it's a pretty nice side thing to do for fun, and I really appreciate it. Overall, I want to say thank you everyone for asking me such wonderful, insightful questions, you know. It really means a lot that all of you would even join my Patreon, and even if you do decide to leave in the future, I still appreciate the support now. It really does mean a lot to me. And like here on screen, you can see all the patrons I have at the making of this video, and I really appreciate all your help and support, especially Ninjastar, who happens to be my first Patreon member. So I really hold all of you dear, and hope to make more amazing content with you all in the future. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.